Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Jay and this is Mike, and it's Total Recall time. You also been getting really good at this co-host thing.
What can I say? I get good co-host.
You're so sick and nasty.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah.
The end of the 21st century has happened. Chemical warfare broke out, and the Earth is fucked. And there's only two livable spots on Earth. It's Britain and Australia, which they call the colony. Britain, the United Federation of Britain, is an elitist society that lives there. Really rich people live there. It's a really nice area, you know, all that kind of good stuff. The colony is a broke-down ghetto-like area where you don't want to go out at night. It's very scary, and it's just crowded and nasty and polluted.
There's techno music playing.
It's just friggin'
giant light bulbs on strings.
Justin Bieber is always on screen. Even then, he's still alive at the end of the 21st century. Why? But he's still there. I'm sorry, Beeblets. The people that live in the colony are being exploited by the United Federation of Britain people because they're bringing them up from the colony and making them work in the United Federation of Britain and treating them bad, not paying them enough, not giving them the time off, just basically exploiting them.
And Colin Farrell's character is one of these guys that works on these drones in this factory, and he doesn't feel quite right with his life. You know, he just doesn't know why. He doesn't like his dead-end job, and he just wants to get out there and do something new, but he can't figure out what. And there's a system called Total Recall where you can go and they implant memories in your head. Fantastic. You can have a mistress, or you could be a secret agent, or you could be a football player, whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
And he goes, and then all of a sudden shit goes cray-cray, and he doesn't know what's real and what's false, but all of a sudden he's got both sides of this war coming after him.
All of a sudden, he's a super secret agent.
Yeah.
Fucking.
We like that double plot?
Double line.
Here's some double plot.
Did we just high five?
We did.
Did you party?
It's a remake.
Yeah.
Or it's a reboot. No, not a reboot.
It's a remake. You know what? Actually, it could be a reboot because if it's a remake, it's kind of going off the same plot line.
Whatever.
Like at the core, it's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic, but overall, it's totally different.
Yeah.
There has nothing to do with Mars at all in this.
Yeah.
And the CGI is awesome. Like, I thought they did a really great job. The robots that they used, the synthetics, when I saw the trailers, I know everybody's seen the trailers, I kind of thought, like, no. But they're actually done really well. The action sequences are amazingly done.
They were old school action scenes, kind of. Like, they weren't like cheesy, like 80s action scenes, but they were like the kind of scene that's just like, okay, we're not trying to do anything wild here. It's fun action scenes.
Yeah, and even the fighting scenes were awesome. Like, you know, those were the kind of scenes that when you saw it happen, you're like, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Can I get some more?
There was one scene where I jumped.
He did. He jumped up. He's like, I saw it really well, and it was cast really well. That's what you were talking about.
That is cast perfectly, and Bryan Cranston, he was awesome.
Oh,
and he's actually, you look at him and you think, okay, well, he's this mastermind guy, but dude can throw down.
Beat some ass.
He can throw down. He's actually he's a physical threat as well, and that's kind of cool to see.
Kate Beckinsale was sexy and
Dude,
dangerous.
Kate Beckinsale was beast.
She put Sharon Stone to shame. I'm sorry, I love Sharon Stone in the Total Recall movie, the original one. She was great, but in this movie, Kate Beckinsale, there's no way.
She's badass. It goes right back to like the first Underworld. Like she was really believable and really hot.
And Jessica Biel was great in it too. She had more of an undertone stated like sexuality, like it was still sexy. She was hot, but it was like she was homely or something.
They played the perfect like yin and yang to each other, like
yin and yang.
Yeah, they were the perfect opposite. To each other.
But you did say yin and yang. You went yin and yang.
I mean, Colin Farrell. What'd you think about him? He's awesome.
Well, there's no words.
I like Colin Farrell. Like, he played the part. He didn't try to do anything crazy fancy with it. Like, he was just good.
Dude, the only crappy movie that I remember him being in when he was Bullseye. It's like, I never miss. You know, he's just really corny. But this movie, he is amazing. Like, you know what? He plays the part of vulnerability well. When he's vulnerable and he doesn't understand what's going on, he plays that part like, you know, what the hell's going on when these people burst in with machine guns in my face and say, you're this guy, and I don't know what's real anymore. You know?
And no surprise, he was good in the action scene.
Yeah, and I love that scene when they burst.
Dude's in shape.
Yeah, he is. Well, I didn't really stare at his body, Mike. Shake that body.
I better go get some Chick-fil-A.
And when he had like fight scenes, he totally pulled that off like in a believable way. Like, you remember when the guys burst in on him in Total Recall, and like something clicks in his brain, like he's standing like this, like he's nervous and scared, and then all of a sudden like something clicks and he like goes fucking like kung fu fighting.
Yeah, and a lot of that part's in the trailer, and that's one thing I was gonna say about this movie. But the first 20 minutes or so of the movie, I was kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it was good, but it was just okay, and I'd seen most of it in the trailer. So all the stuff that's in the trailer is the first half of the movie. The whole second half of the movie, they didn't really show you any of that in the trailer, which I really appreciated. And once we got past the like story and we got things set up and going, that's when the movie really took off for me and got good.
That scene in the trailer when he fought all those guys in Total Recall, like after he got done whooping ass, that's when I was like, Mother of God, this is going to be good. Like I felt like it was going to be good then.
I had a mixed feeling about it because it felt too like Matrixy, like.
Well, there was a few slowdown scenes that didn't need to be in it, but it was still amazing.
Yeah, but the whole movie, the action scenes aren't like that. There's some really quick pace. It almost reminded me, because I just watched it because we're gonna review it. Some of the action scenes reminded me kind of the Bourne Identity kind of action, like the quick fighting scenes, especially Kate Beckinsale. Again, she was a beast.
Was she your starlet of the movie?
Yeah, she surprised. I don't know. Everybody was good in it, man. I like Bryan Cranston's character a lot.
He's not Malcolm in the Middle's dad anymore.
Yeah, the only guy to me that was bad in the movie was Colin Farrell's best friend. He was just kind of like...
He kind of looks like Shrek, too. Yeah. And there was one scene when he walks in, he's like, the only way that you can end this, shoot her.
And he was almost smiling.
He's like, shoot her. It was like no big deal. There was no lead up to it. I mean, you would think that your best friend is telling you to shoot somebody that would be a little bit harder to take. Yeah. But he wasn't even like, whatever. He's like, just shoot her. It's no big deal. We'll go get pizza later. There was bits and pieces of the movie that were a little bit stretched too long. Overall, though, with the dialogue and the script being wrote so well, like I actually wanted to explore the world more. Like I wanted to know more about what was going on around.
Like you said, you wanted to explore it more, and I think that might be where the bad reviews came. It was like, well, they didn't even delve into this. They didn't explain what was going on.
But they didn't have 6 hours to talk about it.
Yeah, but that's what I actually enjoyed about it, because it was just like, hey, you know, this is an action movie. This is what's going on. We're not going to try to do anything like really super fancy or try to get too in depth. Like, this is not the Dark Knight following Batman and Robin. We're just making a fun action movie, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it's kind of it's one of those movies that when you come out, for me anyway, when I came out of the theater and I sat in the car when we were driving, I feel that vibration, that like rock star feeling. Like I'm on adrenaline. I'm like, I want to get a motorcycle. I want to rip the muffler off and make it go really fast, and then just like drive really fast.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not gonna rock your world, but it's just a well-oiled action movie.
There, I like it. Well-oiled.
It's just.
And I mean, on IMDb they give it a 6.4, which I can't get because that leads us into our rating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. That's what I'm gonna give it.
I'm gonna give it an 8.0. Yeah, it's 30% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes right now, but you know.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes rotten sometimes, but I mean they're not gonna get it right all the time, and don't always believe the critics. I mean, I know we're like we're not really critics, but
we're just a couple dudes in a basement.
We're just a couple dorks that talk about movies. But on our opinion, honestly, it's a great action movie. It's a great checkout for anybody. And like Mike said, it's a throwback to early 90s action. It's just it's fun. You go in there, you get entertained for 2 hours, then you're out and you have a good time.
Yeah, and they play it straight. You gotta appreciate that. They don't try to highbrow it, and they don't go super campy with it. They just play it straight. It's just an action movie.
I would definitely recommend you guys check it out. Go out and have a good time. Eat some popcorn, eat some pancakes before in the morning, flapjacks, whatever you want to do. What's your favorite sci-fi action thriller? What's your favorite Colin Farrell movie? Put it in the comments below. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm Jay, and this is Mike.
Well, Jay, we saw the movie. We did the review. It's over. I can't believe it. It feels like a dream. What's wrong?
I just had a terrible idea or thought. What if all this is a dream? What if none of it's real?
Well, then you better end the review quick then, before we wake up.